Hello, friends. I'm Lauren, the founder and director of Yoga Academy International. This is our mascot, Karma. Welcome to Yoga for Your Hangover. So, I'm in my underwear because that's what I'm feeling like right now. I don't want to get dressed today, and that's okay. Let's address this hangover part. This is not staged. I had a big weekend. Yes, I am the founder and director of a prestigious yoga school, and yeah, it's okay sometimes to let loose. I believe that yoga is about balance and achieving our optimal lifestyle. And while I do adhere to the lifestyle of yoga as best I can, I also know that it's okay sometimes to get a little loose. It's not a habit, you know? Our yoga trainings at Yoga Academy International are all dry trainings. You know, we're completely substance free. And when I teach and participate in my own yoga teacher trainings, of course, I respect that. But you know, when you live in a tropical paradise and it's a friend's birthday and there's a boat party and Jello shots, I mean, sometimes you do just want to partake, and that's okay. So everything in moderation, including sometimes moderation, and remember not to get too hard on yourself. If you had a big weekend, it's okay every once in a while. You know, as long as we don't make our habits destructive, and as long as, you know, we're being really kind to our body and treating our bodies as a temple 99% of the time, I think it's really okay to 1% of the time get a little bit cray-cray. Have some water handy. Okay, so we're going to do some yin yoga today. For this practice, you will need 2 blocks. Now, if you don't have yoga blocks, you can just use 2 couch pillows, or, you know, like throw pillows. And a bolster. For today's bolster, I've literally just, excuse me, Karma, I've literally just taken the pillow from my couch. Now, yin yoga is a practice of long, deep holds. We're not going to be moving too much because why? We'll be holding poses for about 2 minutes each. So I have my phone here to mark time. Again, if you don't have a bolster or a couch pillow of this particular size, what you can do is take a blanket or a big beach towel and roll it up. Or I sometimes will take like a pillow, like my bed pillow, and roll it in a blanket to make like a sausage. Does that make sense? Okay, so we're gonna take it super easy today. I know when people get hungover, they sometimes love to do detox flow. First of all, I really don't like the word detox because it implies that you're toxic. But also, when we talk detox flow, it's usually a lot of twists. It's a lot of sweating it out, which some people are into on the hangover day. I'm not about pain. I'm not about punishing myself for my decisions the night before or the day before. I just want to take it really easy, and then tomorrow I can do that big twisty flow and sweat it out when I'm feeling a little better. Also, I don't know about you, but after a big weekend, I don't really feel like compressing my belly so much. It's kind of a lot. Okay, so we'll start with really gentle movements, and then we'll move into our yin practice. Let's come into all fours. Hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips, and just start to wag your tail. Close your eyes. Start to breathe deeply and just move intuitively. And whether you're moving with the wave of your breath or whether you're moving with the wave in your head, it doesn't really matter. If you want to take regular cat and cow, you can by just arching your back, lifting your chest, look up, and then exhaling to curl under. And again, we're just inviting really gentle movements into the body, into the spine to get us ready for our yin practice. Come and sit on your heels. If that's not comfortable, you can come into a high kneeling position and just start to very gently circle the head. Be careful not to crane the head back too much. And then the other way. We'll be doing mostly seated type of yin postures because, well, if you're super hungover, you've probably just gone out of bed, like me, and you don't really need to do more laying on your back. It might be kind of a lot. So we'll do more seated postures and more folding forward postures because they cool us down, lower the heart rate, lower the blood pressure, and kind of take us to a more calm space. If you want to take a couple of very gentle twists, you can, or maybe you want to incorporate shoulder rolling in that. Maybe you want to just hinge gently from side to side. Again, just flowing super delicately, being really, really kind to yourself. This isn't about alignment, it's not about specific movements, it's just about warming up the spine just a little bit so that when we go into our yin yoga and our long holds, it'll feel really good and not too stressful on the body. Okay, come and take a seat. Open your legs wide if you can. Take the bolster or your pillows. Put it against your pelvis, and then we'll just lean forward. Now, if you're not feeling very stretchy today, you can take your other pillows or your blocks and stack them underneath the bolster. And then just lay. You don't have to do anything, it's so nice. Close your eyes. I will keep time, so we'll be here for about 2 minutes, and just breathe as deeply as you can. Yin yoga gets into our fascia, our deep connective tissue. It also stretches out the ligaments, which are harder to stretch than tendons and muscles. Ligaments stretch very slowly over time. So we have to be very patient with them. But when they do stretch in a healthy way, they usually maintain their length. So it does help you become a little bit more flexible in the long run. The other thing is that when we get dehydrated, our fascia gets tight. It feels like tight muscles. So if you had a heavy evening or weekend or few days, your fascia is likely very tight. And so that's why yin yoga will make you feel better afterwards in the long run. If you've had your head to one side, please switch sides. And we'll be here for about another minute. Just let your breath deepen. Oh, and if you want music for this practice, I have a couple of wonderful Spotify playlists that go great with yin yoga. One is called Femi-Yin. It's very feminine yin kind of sounds. I also have a playlist called Lovers, which is really nice and gentle. I also have one called Funky Sultry Yoga Jams. That might be your jam. So you can follow me on Spotify at Lauren Rudick and find a playlist to go with this class if you like. Slowly unroll from this pose and really take your time. And now move your bolster or your pillows away. Make a diamond shape with your legs. You can make a big diamond if it feels better. Now options are hold onto the ankles and just let yourself go. You can also put blocks or pillows underneath your thighs. You can have your hands face up like this underneath your legs, or have them on top of your legs, and then just let your head fall, and you don't have to do anything else. You don't have to go anywhere. Just breathe. And just be okay with where you're at today. Be okay with the decisions you've made, even if you would choose again. It's not wrong or bad, necessarily. Forgive yourself if you picked up your phone and texted someone that you maybe would choose again in your moments of excitement. It's okay. We've all been there. Yoga teaches us that self-love, self-study, and self-compassion is the way forward and the way to bliss. The more we get to know ourselves, the more we can make changes to become the people we want to be. But also, the more we practice, the more we practice yoga, the more we learn compassion. And compassion starts with self-compassion. So again, even if you made choices that you would prefer to choose again, just love yourself and be okay with that. It's part of your learning process. Keep breathing. Let your breath slow down. Let the back of the hips release. Let the shoulders fall away from the ears. Excuse me. No, thank you. We'll slowly roll ourselves up. And if you want to take, again, a really gentle sort of cat and cow motion here, you can. Help your knees to come together. And now bend your right leg, open your left. And again, you can use the block underneath your knee or your pillow or no block at all. You can also, it will make the hip stretch more increased. This is only if you have a block, don't do this with a pillow, but you can put the block underneath your foot like this, or sometimes you want to do one block under the foot, one block under the knee. And then we'll just lean forward. Put your head down. So again, deepening the stretch in the back of the hip. And just breathe deeply. You don't have to go anywhere, you don't have to do anything, just love yourself. Be okay with your decisions. Have compassion. And commit to a regular life that is healthy, that is joyful, one in which we don't medicate with alcohol or drugs, but rather sometimes indulge as a way of celebrating our lives or celebrating those we love. And again, on a very occasional basis rather than a regular basis. Keeping our bodies clean. In yoga, we call this saucha. Keeping our space clean, keeping our mind clean, keeping our bodies clean. The come down is just as important as the rise up. Many, many people keep using substances in order to avoid the come down, or in order to avoid facing themselves, or in order to avoid bad feelings or consequences. But if we can be okay with our decisions, and if we can be kind and compassionate to ourselves, even during our hangovers, then the come down is not a big deal. And then we can just slowly and gracefully transition back into our healthy upswing. Gently release and roll up. Shake out the legs if you need to. And we'll switch to the other side. So you know where you're going, do the same thing on the other side. Remember that one side is naturally always going to be more flexible than the other, so it might feel a little different or look a little different. I'm gonna go with the block under, oh, this side is way less flexible. I'm gonna go with the block under the leg for this one. I don't know if I could do it on this side actually. I can't, I don't think. That's better. And the block under the knee. Something very important to remember in terms of knees is that knees don't have any muscles in them. So if you experience knee pain, you are straining a tendon or ligament. So in a stretch, 0 knee pain is acceptable, okay? If you feel any discomfort in your knees, change something. No knee pain is ever acceptable. When you get to the pose, just stay. Again, we're practicing postures that slow us down, calm us down, cool us down, and will hopefully ease us through this hangover feeling or this hangover day. Again, don't forget to hydrate a lot so that we can transition with poise into feeling good again, into getting back to our healthy lifestyles. If you feel any tension in your face and jaw, just actively release by asking yourself to let go. Slowly roll up. And let's take a beautiful gentle twist. So you'll need your bolster or rolled up blanket again. Put it next to your hip. Take a water break if you need one. And then bring your knees or your feet to one side. Okay? Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, slowly twist your body and come onto the bolster. Your head goes away from your knees. It's like a hug. And if you need more height, put other pillows or your blocks underneath. We'll stay in this one for 3 minutes. Just breathe. Very gently, very mindfully, very slowly. Unroll. And then just switch sides. You can either just take your bolster and move it around or do a little swivel, but if you're turning, if you're spinning, be so gentle. Slowly turn the other way. So the bolster aligns with your hip. Take a big breath in. And then as you exhale, you just lay on it and let your ears look opposite your knees. Breathe deeply and slowly. Very gently undo yourself from this posture. In our final position, we'll take a child's pose. Now, option is to open your knees and bring your bolster or blanket underneath you and hug it like this. You can also prop it up with your blocks or with your extra pillows and hug. Oh, that feels good. Oh my goodness. Or, final options. You can put a block under your forehead like this and have your arms resting, or no blocks at all, and come into full child's pose. Stretching out our backs and our hips. I know where I'm going back to. And we'll hold this one again for 2 minutes. If you notice, I've fidgeted around just to find my comfort zone, and you can do the same. Play around, and then when you find your comfortable place, stay there.
I mean, if you want to stay here for the rest of your day
And just put on some Netflix, by all means. But we'll come out of this posture. And let's take Shavasana. Just a final little rest. But for this one, we'll put a bolster or pillows underneath our knees. It's a really nice releaser on the lower back. And then just close your eyes and lay back. Open your arms wide, let your shoulders melt into the ground. And be happy with yourself, because even if you're not feeling your absolute best today, even if you may not love some of the decisions you made yesterday, remember that you've done something wonderful for your body, and you're aiding your smooth recovery and smooth transition back to optimal health. This is good for you. So give yourself some self-love, give yourself some self-compassion, and just say, hey, I'm proud of you for coming to your yoga mat, for doing something healthy, for doing something good for your body. And recognize that it's okay to indulge every once in a while if it is in celebration of your life or the life of someone else. Give yourself permission to let loose sometimes when it is for a celebration or for joy, or to be in a community of people where sometimes this is how we celebrate. Again, it doesn't have to be a regular thing, nor should it. And it also doesn't have to be an experience that we accost ourselves for. You can wake up and recognize and say, like, hey, I am hungover today, but it was the result of spending a really fun day with people I love and enjoy, and we shared our happiness. Today I will be kind to myself, and I will nurture myself, and I will bring myself back to optimal health. Because 99% of the time, I treat my body as a temple. I am disciplined. I take care of my mind, my body, and my spirit. And I love myself, even for my flaws. And I love myself even in those times where I make decisions that don't necessarily align with where I want to be. But I love myself because it is part of my personal journey and part of my personal growth. Thank yourself for doing this, for being here, for participating. Feel free to lay here as long as you like. If you feel like you want to get up, have some more water, eat a fruit salad perhaps, please do that. Nourish yourself today, take care of yourself today, but be easy on yourself today. Love yourself. Keep moving towards the best and most healthy vision of your life. Thank you for joining me in this practice. I wish you only good things. Namaste.